What's going on, guys? One, love out to everybody. We got UFC Fight Night, Pereira versus Hernandez. Predictions breakdown here, guys. Before I get started, hit the thumbs up button. Also subscribe to this channel. Also check out my Patreon account for my future prediction and prop plays. You can also donate to my PayPal account here, guys. 11 fights in this card, 4 p.m. Pretty good card. The breakdowns are pretty good on this one. The matchups are pretty good. Yeah, the matchups are great. Once you go through it and you break the fights down, and you see how good the matchups are. Sometimes by just looking at it, you don't judge a book by the cover. Like I said, each one of these guys, they put the work in. And as long as they make the weight and the train, then they deserve to be here, I guess, right? We're gonna fracture this real fast here, guys. I'm gonna spend too long on this. Short notice fights here. Elise is fighting Melissa, and Melissa's on short notice. Jake Hadley is fighting Cameron, and Cameron is on short notice here. First fight here, guys, we got Robelis Despaigne versus Austin Lane. With Robelis here, man, Robelis doesn't really have a ground game. I mean, that's just what it is. But I'm just gonna give it to you simple. Austin Lane is not really a wrestler, and if he does get takedowns, usually in the first round, and then it looks good in the first round, he get a single leg, but then after that he fades. So this is a fight for, I feel, for Robelis to actually win it, just to be, quick with you. I'm not going to beat around the bush here, but that don't mean that Lane cannot take Robelis down in that first round. Strong possibility, because Lane is a more experienced MMA fighter and Robelis is not. A guy like Robelis is coming more from a taekwondo background with some boxing, 6'7", 84-inch reach. His kicks, his punches are pretty good. He's pretty technical when it comes in the foot, in and out movements, and lateral, and very light in the foot for a big guy, right? He will also gas out too. So, I mean, Austin Lane is more of a football player, very athletic guy. Striking is not bad, but he's hateable, can get knocked out. Lane been knocked out like 5 times already, but has 11 by knockout. But he's a more experienced guy here, 100% finishing rate in MMA. But like I said, if it's a stand-up fight, I would favor more of Robelis to win the fight, which is probably going to be more stand-up, because Lane will gas out. He's not a chain wrestler. He's not a guy that's going to go in and wrestle. He won't be able to do that, because he will gas out. All right? So I'm going to go with Robelis for the win here. I'm going to say Robelis by KO in the first round, guys, but I'm not confident. And it's a fight that you probably could fade, because it's kind of risky, especially, the odds on him, the odds on Robelis is very, very high, which is ridiculous, because the guy is not experienced in MMA. And even though we look at a guy like Lane, maybe not the best fight IQ, but he can still win fights, especially guys who are not that experienced in MMA, and Lane is. So Lane being plus 260, you gotta be careful with that, man. And like I said, the odds on Robelis negative 325, you gotta be careful with that. So you could dog or pass, but play at your own risk, whatever you're doing. But I wouldn't parlay Robelis in any plays if that's what you're going to do. I wouldn't do that. All right. So I'll go Robelis by KO in first round. You could do a prop like that, a first round prop by Robelis in first round by KO. All right. Next fight here, guys. We got Alice Ardelean versus Melissa Martinez. Alice is well-rounded. Her hands are not bad. Pack power, big for the weight class, for the 115. Fight at also 135, I believe 125 also. So she's more a woman that cuts a lot of weight, man. So her frame at this weight at 115 is massive, man. Her opponent, Melissa, could probably go to atomweight, to smaller, because she's kind of tiny. You know what I mean? And power-wise, she does strike, and she has a karate kickboxing base, but it doesn't seem like there's much power behind those strikes. And also, she hasn't fought since 2022. She's slightly hittable at times, and you can counter her when she's coming in. But I think what's going to happen with this fight now is a short notice for Melissa, and she's small for this weight class, man. For this 115, she's just small. These girls like Alice is going to be massive. Even Elise Reed, that's why mostly she lose, against Elise Reed, because the body. When you have that mass on you and you have skills, plays a huge factor, man. There's a difference when you're just big and that's it, and you have no skills, then okay. But a girl like Alice, she has submission game. Her striking is not bad. Yeah. I mean, she can definitely, win over Melissa. Just by dominant us as far as the body weight and control against the cage, pinning Melissa against the cage, holding her there, maybe go for takedowns. it's a strong possibility, man. And like I said, with Melissa, it's a short notice, but it's a tough one to pick here. Like I said, with women fights, you know, it's like a toss-up. You know what I'm saying? You pick one side and the other side wins. You pick the other side and the opposite side wins. So it's one of those things where just can't be confident with it. I feel with Melissa, she is technical, she is skilled with the movement and the striking, but it's just, I just feel her frame. I feel the body, the weight is gonna have an advantage by Alyssa. So I'm gonna go with Alyssa here. I'm gonna say Alyssa by decision, guys. But I'm not confident though. I'm gonna say 50-50, and I say Alyssa by decision. Odds here is they got Melissa at -135. Okay, well, it's a kind of close to even fight anyway. So you can say that's gonna be even, you know, by the time the fight start. But I like Alyssa though. Like I said, the frame. And what I see from Alyssa and Melissa, I like Alice. Probably it's Alice, I should say, not Alyssa. Alice, I guess with Alice, the frame again, put her against the cage, just physical, strong, and stuff like that could play a huge factor. So I'll go with Alice. I say Alice by decision. I'm not confident, guys. All right. Next fight here. I keep saying Alyssa. It's Alice. Alice. Alright. Next fight here, guys. We got Jessica Pena versus Elise. Now this is Elise Reed. We have Elise Reed here. Jessica Pena here more wants a submission. You know, she have 8 by submission. Striking is kind of suspect. You know, you should use it mostly to set up her takedowns and get a submission. Reed is a dog though, man. I mean, Elise Reed is you know, is a big female frame. She has a karate base. She is well rounded, but she can get submitted though. So this is a fight where if Pena gonna win, Pena most likely is gonna get a submission on her. Just being honest. Striking wise, Reed all day. So Pena could catch her back, man. Be careful with this one. You know, we're dealing with a veteran, and Pena was, you know, age is 41, but you know what I mean? She could pull off a win here, guys. So be careful. But I'm going to go with Elise Reed here. I'm going to say Elise Reed by KO TKO in the second round, guys. But I'm not confident because, like I said, with the women fight, like I always say, you pick Elise and Pena win. Pick Pena and Elise win. They got Elise here at -185. I kind of disagree, man, because Jessica Pena is a veteran and she's experienced, and Elise Reed can get submitted, dude. So that's all I'm saying. And Jessica will find submissions. So it's an even fight, and I'll be careful, especially for women fight, dude. I'll be careful with that. I mean, and also guys fight too, but I mean, I still be careful because, like I said, you know, Reed can possibly get submitted. But Jessica Pena, striking wise, she's just not that good with the striking, man. And she get knocked down, put on her back, you know, and off of her back is where she's usually good. You know, Jessica Pena off of her back is where she usually shine most. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm gonna go with Reed. Like I said, Reed by KO TKO in the second round, 50-50. Just flying through these real quick here, guys. Just want to get this out to you guys. I'm just been kind of busy, you know, working on other things here, man. I have other things, got, you know, family and stuff like that, you know, and children, kids, you know. So I got a lot of other things I gotta take care of, man. I'm gonna get this out to you guys though. Next fight, we got Joselyne Edwards versus Tamaris Vidal. Edwards, she's well rounded, you know. We look for takedowns now. Striking is okay, you know what I mean. But I feel she's a more experienced woman here. She's more proven, you know, as far as fights that she has, fighters that she has fought and you know, lose to someone, win. You know what I mean? So a girl like Tamaris here, Tamaris is you know, she'll let the hands go. We'll also look for takedown, but it's just nothing don't really shine too much. You know what I mean? You can put her in bad situation. You can get a hold of her. You can take her down. You can touch her with shots. You know, put her in sticky situations. Both of these fighters though will drop the ball, though, to be honest with you guys. You know, this is not a fight where I'm sure in, because like I said, I like Joselyne Edwards for the win here, but you know, with Edwards, she can also drop the ball, and we see Tamara's winning. So it's a fight where you can't be 100% in anything. So like I said, also with women fights, it goes the other direction. When you make that pick, then the opposite side wins. So I'll go with Joselyne Edwards here. I'm gonna say Joselyne Edwards by decision, but I'm not confident, guys. 50-50. Next fight, we got Brad Katona versus Gene Matsumoto. This one is an interesting one. Take a quick look at the odds here for Edwards. Edwards at negative 258. That's a no-no, man. Elise Reed and Julian, any one of these women fights was so high like that, you gotta be careful with it. And we always see that time on time. Even though, you know, look at Joselyne Edwards, she should beat Tamaras. You know, she should be able to beat her, right? But it doesn't happen that way, especially with women fight. So I'll be careful with this one. The odds on Joselyne is way too high, bro. Way too high. Should be. I mean, I would do Joselyne as a favorite, but I wouldn't have Joselyne so high, though. You know what I mean? So, Brad Katona and Gene Matsumoto. With Katana here, Katona is a very experienced guy, man. Been on the tough twice and won it twice. So this is the only guy I believe that won tough twice, man. I don't think there's ever had been anybody that does that or did that other than Brad Katona. His fight against Garrett Armfield, that was a suspect. I mean, I felt that Brad Katona won that fight, so that was a robbery. I don't know, man. I just feel with Brad Katona, I feel like his wrestling is high pace, push a high pace, his cardio is good. He's going to use him to top competition, like he loses to like Marab and Hunter Azar when Hunter Azar was doing something. You know, when he was kind of like, you know, like slightly kind of a run, if he has ever been. Yeah, I'm in the contender series there. But yeah, man, I just feel Brad Katona is just a more experienced fighter here, man. And I feel with Gene, from what I see from Gene, he's good. He's a good prospect. And you know, what I see from him from Dan Aguilera, he was getting taken down like consistently. You know, I believe Dan was winning that fight all the way in the second round until he got guillotine choke. You know, this is a guy that's coming from contender that beat Casey Tanner. I mean, the guy is skilled. If you look at his record here, the fighters are not bad, and the guys that he beat, you know, with guys that were undefeated, you know, he put a 1 on the record. But like I said, man, it's different caliber fighter when you're facing a more experienced guy like him, Brett, that's been there and done that. You know what I mean? And he's seen it, and he's a veteran. I would consider him a veteran. And he won the tough twice. I mean, yeah, man. I would let me break down Gene Fury here. Hold on there, guys. Gene with more sit down on his punches here, quick kicks. He's a pretty quick guy, man. With the strikes, he's a good prospect, 4-inch reach. But he can get taken down though. But he scrambles up well, and he will fight not to stay on his back. So he will scramble back up. He will reverse moves and scramble back to his foot. His striking is not bad. His kicks and punches are quick, but he kind of will sit down in front of you. Doesn't really bounce too much on his toes and in and out. But he plants though, and he throws heavy. I don't know, man. I was kind of back and forth with this one. I had Gene, and I switched to Katana. I just feel like the more experienced guy here that's seen it is Katana, man. And he hasn't really lose, you know, except for robbery, and then losing to Marab is like, you know, Marab is champion, you know. You know, he's losing to guys that are champions. No, you know what I mean. I'm gonna go with Katana, guys. I'm gonna say Katana by decision, but I'm not confident this one. And of course, Gene could probably win, obviously. You know what I mean. And they got Gene up negative 218. That's freaking a disrespect. That's nuts. I know the guy is good. He's a good veteran. And I'm a good veteran. He's a good prospect. But we see what happened with guys, you know, who are supposed to be good prospects, you know. When they face tougher competition, they loses. And they got Brad up plus 180. Nah, man. I must slap with Brad here. But like I said, Gene could win. You know, the guy's not bad, you know. But it's just, I feel the wrestling from Brad, the experience. What I see happen to Gene you know, when he fought Dan, it's just you could control him, take him down. You know, as long as you don't get submitted, you can push a high pace on him. Just keep it tight. You know, you can get a win. I'm gonna go to Katona. Like I said, Katona by decision, guys. I disagree with the odds in that one. It should be an even fight in my opinion. Yep. Because Katona has experience, and the guy's a veteran, dude. He's been there, and he's been an Ultimate Fighter. You know, he put the work in, and he's seen and fought guys that are pretty tough. Next fighter, we got Matheus Nicolau versus Ashu Alobayov. Matheus here, he's a skilled guy, man. Just been getting knocked out lately. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But overall, he plots, he pulls, and then draw you into his corners, pull you into it, and then he counter you. You know, he's very strategic fighter. You look for the openings. He'll mix in the takedowns. Also look for the submissions. But he can get caught though and knocked out. And it seemed to be a kind of ongoing thing, back-to-back knockouts. It's usually when he fades back, and then he just like drop the hand and you just catch him with a hook. You know, it's pretty much like the same thing, you know, or the similar thing. But the guy's experienced though. The guy's a veteran. Again, fighting Ashu with a guy like Ashu is he's well-rounded, and what I see from him, he doesn't really pack the power like that. So that's one thing I looked at. And he also will wrestle you though. He has 3 by knockout, but he will wrestle you and look for submission though. So he will grind. He has that Dagestanian kind of vibe. You know, I know it's Kazakhstan, but he has that Dagestanian kind of vibe. He draws it down, and you know he will kind of lock up the legs and on the Dagestanian handcuff and lock up the legs and hold you down there and just beat and pound on you and look for submission. But I feel with Matheus, you know, he's pretty well-rounded guy, you know, and he's experienced and he's seen that, you know, and he has a ground game. His takedown defense is not bad. He can get taken down though, but takedown defense is not bad. And what I see from Ashu, he is hittable, and at times you can hurt him in the fight, and then he just looks to grapple. I just feel with Nicolau is a better striker here, and I feel the power from Ashu may not be enough to hurt Nicolau or knock him out. I just feel like it's going to be more of like a kind of like a fight based on more time and a position. You know, if Matheus can keep Ashu on the outside and touch him up and defend the takedowns, that's what it's going to come to. So I feel that with Matheus Nicolau, he's just more experienced, and he's seen it, and just the power from Ashu is not enough to where, you know, it can hurt Matheus Nicolau and knock him out. So I'm going to go towards Matheus Nicolau here for the win. I'm going to say Matheus Nicolau by decision, but I'm not confident in this one because, like I said, Nicolau been coming off of knockout back-to-back. And when guys get knocked out like that, you know, it just can be a career-changing thing. You know, there's never the same anymore. And maybe that's it. Maybe he's not the same anymore. But the guys that are knocking him out are like higher-level guys. You know, like in Alex Perez and Brandon Royval, which those guys are like pretty much fight at championship level already, or they are at championship level. You know, Dustin Ortiz, you know. So I mean, it's not like there's anybody's just knocking him out, you know, and anybody's finishing him. And actually, Ashu can't do it, but I see holes in Ashu game. Even Ashu's takedowns, you can scramble in him and you can reverse him and take him down. And I feel Matheus Nicolau has just seen that. He should be able to win this fight if he's not mentally messed up. Like I said, you get knocked out like that, can change you. You just won't be the same anymore. It happens, man, you know. That's why you say your head not meant to get hit. But I'm going to go with Matheus here. I'm going to say Matheus by decision, guys. I'm not confident in this one because, like I said, Ashu could win. All right. Next fighter, guys. We got Darren Elkins versus Daniel Pineda. Darren Elkins in the house, man. This guy's still fighting, man. Darren Elkins, 40. Age and number though, but takes a lot of damage, and his name is damaged. Did damage. So takes a lot of damage. Wants the submission, wants to get a takedown. Striking has been getting kind of better. You know, he's not eating so many shots, but he's still taking a lot of shots. But he's not durable though in a sense because scar tissue. If you touch him up, he will start bleeding. Once you can defend his takedowns and avoid his submission game, you pretty much can beat Darren Elkins, man. So can Daniel do that? It's a possibility, but this is a fight where you can't trust Daniel either, because Daniel will drop the ball. But with Daniel, is more dog, is more durable. He will hang in there and push forward. He has heavy leg kicks, which some kind of Elkins struggle with that when you start kicking his calves. But Daniel can get submitted though. I believe he's been submitted 6 times. So that's something where Elkins come in here and just wrestle. What I see from Daniel, his ground game is not bad, and he will scramble up back to his foot, and his reversals are pretty quick. So it's not just just laying on his back. He will reverse and just trying to get out of certain situations, and put the fight where he wants to put it. But like I said, Darren Elkins on the wrestling is pretty good, man. This guy's 19 by submission by Daniel, but Darren is not bad. He only has 6, but he's been knocked out 4 times. I'm gonna go with Daniel here, guys. I feel like he should be able to avoid takedowns and keep the fight where he wants to keep it in punching range, which is going to favor him. I feel like with Daniel have better striking, and let's see what happens. We'll go with Daniel here. We say Daniel Pineda by KO TKO, guys, in the second round, 50-50, because Elkins will surprise you. Once you get that takedown, you never know, man. Locking us a rear naked choke is over, and we've seen it time and time again. So don't sleep on Darren Elkins. That's a fight where you gotta be careful with, because Elkins could win. Even fight, exactly. Ashu and Matheus. Damn, we got Matheus at the underdog. They got Ashu. Man, I disagree with that, man. Yeah, Matheus been knocked out, but look at who's knocked him out. Again, though, 2 knockouts in a row doesn't look good. How is that affected him mentally? You see, which affects his physical. So you just never know. A guy like that, you never know if he's gonna come in here and perform, or he's gonna get touched and go down again. Even though Ashu doesn't really pack that power. But I disagree with the odds, man. The matchups in this, the odds in here is very, very messed up. I feel like the guys that are super veteran and still skilled, they're being overlooked. Okay, so yeah, and even Elkins and Daniel is fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. I feel that's an even fight. So I got KO TKO Daniel Pineda, second round KO TKO. All right, next fight, guys. I got Jake Hadley versus Cameron Smotherman. Jake Hadley here. Jake Hadley's pretty skilled dude, man. Been ups and downs here, lost 2 in a row, but lose against Charles Johnson and Cody Durden. There's nothing wrong with that. Have a good win against Colin here, which I thought he was going to lose, but he came in here and did his thing, keep the fight at his range, and stop the takedowns and look good. The guy is showing that he's, his losses that he lost against, he is learning and then getting better. So he's improving. He's not just like doing the same thing over and over again, which is good to see that, right? A guy like Cameron, though, coming off the Contender Series, which believe he got knocked out in the first round against Charalopos. Cameron here, he's a short notice, man, but what I see from him, he kind of flat-footed in front of you, and he looks a counter, wing out the overhands, but he most fights off of what you throw. So whatever you throw at him, he use the energy and come back at you, but mostly overhands. Likes to stand up and strike, though. Doesn't really want to play with the ground too much. So there's a guy that will stand up with you, but a guy like Hadley can take this fight anywhere, man. So I'm liking Hadley. I feel Hadley is a short notice for Cameron, and I feel Hadley is more well-rounded. He's just more of a seasoned fighter. He should win. Odds on him, damn, they got him at -470, 500. I don't see nothing wrong with that. But like I said, guys, we see odds like this when guys drop the ball. But Jake Hadley should win, man, but I still be careful, man. I definitely don't have Cameron winning. So it shouldn't be even. I still have Jake Hadley as favorite, but I feel it's kind of high. But short notice, and Jake Hadley, I feel, is a better fighter. There's a more well-rounded guy here. All right. Next fight here, guys. Yes, I got Jake Hadley by KO TKO in the first round, guys. All right. Next fight, we got Summer Georgian versus Charles Johnson. This fight here, man, I don't know why they're matching this fight up. But Summer Georgian, the guy, I believe, I believe he had some knee injuries on both of his knees. Like both of his knees were blown up or something, a shot, and he replaced both knees. But he was a guy that was more on a taekwondo kind of stylish. Was it wushu or something like that? But his technique was pretty good. But he can get submitted though, and all his 6 losses are just all by submission. You know what I mean? So he's a guy where you can take him down and submit him. This doesn't make any sense. With Charles Johnson is very, very friggin' experienced, man. And he's beaten guys who are undefeated. Especially Azat Moksum. You know what I mean? Jake Hadley, Joshua Van, who was undefeated also. So no, actually he gave him his second loss. But Charles Johnson is just a freaking experienced guy that's very skilled with the striking, and his wrestling is good, and his jiu-jitsu is good. I just don't know the matchups, so I don't know why they. I don't feel like some of Jersey's gonna come in here and then knock out Charles Johnson, which is, I mean, anything is possible. But a guy like Charles Johnson has never been knocked out. You know what I mean? So I'm not sure why they match this fight up. Doesn't make any sense to me. I just feel like Charles Johnson wins easily. He has Summer Georgian has KO TK by 13. Be submitted 6 times. So all of his losses is just pretty much all by submission. Look at Charles Johnson here. He has 3 by submissions, 7 by KO TK. He's never been finished. It's just an easy fight for Charles Johnson, man. In my opinion, I say Charles Johnson by submission, guys, in the second round. I'm confident in this one. I give Charles 70. I give Summer Georgian 30. Yeah, man. Again, anything is possible, but it just feels an easy victory for Charles, man. I mean, Charles is durable. He moves well. He's well-rounded. He has wrestling. He has Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. With Summer Georgian, he can get taken down. You submit him real quick, and you can even outstrike him. It doesn't make any sense. Charles Johnson by submission, second round, guys. Next fight, is Rob Font versus my boy Kyle Phillips in the house. Rob Font, more boxing base, more boxing base. Only lost to tough competition, so this is kind of a test for Phillips, man. This guy only loses to guys that were a champion or try to be champion, and very tough guys, But he's been taking a lot of damage in this fight, though. A lot of freaking damage, like 2 or 5 round of fights too. Just mad damage, dude. Can't get hurt in the foot and wobbled. A guy like Phillips, though, man, I like what I see from Phillips, bro. Phillips is a very good prospect, dude. It kind of remind me of a prime Wonder Boy, Stephen Wonder Boy Thompson. That's what he remind me of. He has more of a taekwondo, kind of a karate base on him. His skill at the movement, precision is on point, timing, notes, distance in the range, management is very good. Takedown defense is good. He will look for takedowns. I don't really see no holes in him. Let me see here. Yeah, I don't really see no holes in him. He beats up from the outside. He can come in the pocket and let the boxing go. He can fight at any range and any distance that he chooses to. And then he implements the kicking, spinning heel kick, spinning back kick, unorthodox techniques that are hard to see. Techniques that you don't see is the one that knocks you out, that does the most damage. So he can throw those techniques kind of like Stephen Boy Thompson. It's pretty it's very, very accurate, and I call it. This guy is on point. Like his timing and precision, his technique is on point, dude. It's a test, though. I'm not taking anything away from fun, but I'm gonna go with Kyle Phillips here, man. I'm gonna say Kyle Phillips by decision, guys. All right, but I'm not taking anything away from fun. But I just feel like Phillips is just his movement, footwork, his outside movement, his lateral, his takedown defense, his precision in striking, timing, everything is on point, dude. And his distance management, the way how he keeps you on the outside and uses striking, if he wants to keep you long, it's like Stephen Thompson. It's very excellent. I love it. All right. So Phillips here by decision, guys. All right. Next fight here we go. Oh, let me see the odds on that one. We got Phillips out from. Wow. Phillips is a good prospect, man, and I'm very, very high on Phillips. I'm very, very high on him, man. So 140, I feel he should win this fight, but still be careful because Font is very experienced, and Font only loses to tough competition, top guys. You know, I mean, Kyle, this is a test for Kyler, so I'll be very careful with him being 450. I wouldn't, if you're doing parlays, I wouldn't parlay too much Phillips, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause plus is too high, but you can go prop by decision for Philip to win. You know what I mean? Same thing with Hadley too. You be careful because sometimes just take one punch. Some of these guys probably never been knocked out before. That's the first time, especially when you're facing experienced veteran in front. You know what I mean? And front can box. Like what he did to, pretty similar what he did to what's that dude? What's that dude he fought? Is it Hernandez? No, was it Hernandez? When he fought Adrian Yanis, remember that? Exactly. You know, but Adrian Yanis can get hurt on the foot though, and he get wobbled. But Phillips is pretty durable. He doesn't get wobbled like that or hurt. I don't think he ever been finished. But always first time for everything though, so you gotta be careful with the odds looking like that. But I like Kyler Phillips though. Matrix in the house. Main fight on the card there, we got Michel Pereira versus Anthony Hernandez. This one's a tough one here, guys. And what we see from Michel Pereira 185 is very strong, very dominant. You know, I'll go through the guys real quick, especially just first round finishes, knockout or by submission. You know what I mean? This is 5 rounds though, you know, so Michel Pereira is kind of like Kyler Phillips' skill, unorthodox techniques, nice movement, BJJ black belt, good ground game, experience, counter striking. He used whatever energy you bring in towards him, and then he capitalizes on it and follow back up. So he pulls you in and then counter. He's big for the weight class. He's powerful, he's strong, durable. But 185, you don't really see him get really pushed too much at 185. At 170, we know that he gets kind of tired. You know what I mean? But he still, you know, pulls through and win the fights. So at 185, he's just been going through guys quickly. You know what I mean? So this is gonna be his fourth fight at 185 from what I know. Maybe his earlier fight, so he probably was at 180. Yeah, I used to fight at 185 way back, but just recently here, I guess in the UFC. Yeah, man. With Hernandez is a dog and a grinder, but soft in the center. Core is soft, body soft, man. He will put a mad pressure on you and then push forward, and his intentions is to break you. That's his plan, break you mentally. Then he may submit you or ground and pound you. But his game plan is to come in here and then close it real, keep the fight tight, and just keep rinse and repeat. Pick you up, take you down, pick you up, put you down, pick you up, put you down. You get up, put you back down, get up, put you back down, ground and pound. He just lays on you like a wet blanket. Rinse and repeat. Now with Michel is a very powerful striker, and like we see with Anthony, when Anthony fought Kevin Holland, that body, his body is his weakness, bro. I can tell. His body, and even when he fought Roman Kapolov, his body, Roman hit him a couple times with the body, and he actually felt it. I could see that, to the rib, the liver, section that don't meant to get hit, but his body is kind of soft to the body, and with Michel Pereira, he likes going to the body, especially with knees, front kicks, the Maigari, the Mwashigaris. He loves to throw those to the body. He's gonna target that like it ain't no tomorrow. But Anthony is gonna close the distance though, and this is 5 rounds, dude. This is 5 rounds, bro. It's Michel Pereira 185. I mean, we can only look back here. He went to 3 rounds. He mostly fights at 170. But it's 5 rounds though, man. So just so that Anthony Hernandez can grind on him and pull off a win, man. I'm just being honest. It could be one of those fights where Anthony gets out the first round and then just prolong the fight, take it second, third, and make it one of those grindy, crafty, keep it real close, and pull off a split decision win. All 5 rounds, or finish Michel Pereira is a possibility. He could finish him, if he gets tired, or Michel could come in here and then finish Anthony in the first round by going to the body. with a kick to the body or a body shot, or just any technique to the body. Strong possibility, and Michel hits hard. He hits powerful. He's a powerful guy, man. Raw power, good technique, good movement. Yeah, but Anthony has a great chance of winning this fight. Smaller cage, he just lays on Michel and grind him out, rinse and repeat. He win the fight, man. He could win it by knockout or by submission or by decision, because it depends on how Michel Pereira, you know, how his cardio stands up. You know, his 5 rounds, man. You know, and he's able to finish Anthony in the first round. That's the thing, or the second round. But the longer the fight goes, is going to benefit Hernandez more, in my opinion. I could be wrong though. Michel could come in here and have a good gas tank at 185. At 170, I see him usually gas though. So I'm gonna go with Michel here. I'm gonna say Michel by KO in the first round. Michel Pereira by KO in the first round, guys. But 50-50, man. I'm not confident. And like I said, Apex, small cage, Anthony Hernandez game plan. We already know what his game plan is already. Wet blanket, rinse and repeat on you. That's it. He may cut cross. He may throw a little couple punches and a little bit of punches here and there, and then he's gonna cut cross and go for takedown. He may close the distance a little quicker in this one, because Michel, if he lands off 1 or 2 strikes, that could be it there, man. So he's gonna want to close the distance quick, which he probably can. But again, like I said, with Anthony's body is soft. So when Michel get in the clinch, those knees to the body, those are powerful knees that Michel throw to the body. Similar to what Kevin Holland did. So we gotta look out for that. So first round, Michel, KO. Not confident, guys. The odds on it is pretty much got Hernandez at 135. I could see why, because the takedowns and the grappling. But Michel Pereira has BJJ black belt and is good on the ground and has submissions. So a lot of people seem to forget that, I mean, I guess because he submit guys real quick too in the first round, but he's just manhandling those guys though. But I think with Hernandez, he's a little bit more durable and will walk through shots, and that's it. He has 9 by submissions. Michel Pereira. Hernandez has 2 by knockout and 8 by submission, but Hernandez takes a lot of damage though. He takes a lot of damage before he gets those takedowns. So sometimes he'll be eating punches and body shots. And can he eat that from Michel? I don't think so, because his body is soft, man. You can tell his body is soft. So if Michel Pereira lands a front kick out the pocket, the Maigari or knees or something like that, I could see the first round for Michel. But the longer the fight goes, I could see going more towards Hernandez. I'm just being honest with you. So it's a 50-50 fight, guys. That's the reason why I said that, based on cardio, based on the grindiness and avoiding the big shots. It's just so much variables in this fight where it can go either way. So I can't be confident, all right? So to me, it's even. They have Anthony as slight favorite, which kind of makes sense. But I'm going to go with Michel Pereira. KO first round, 50-50. That's it there, guys. I appreciate the love. Don't forget to sign up to the Patreon.com. I will be putting up the face-off predictions on there. And I may make some changes based on the mannerisms that the guys make, weight or so forth, or just whatever I see from the face-offs and the weigh-ins. You know what I mean? So go over there and sign up to that Patreon account. Also, check out my PayPal if you guys want to donate to help the channel out. And I appreciate the love, guys. Us.